Where to find examples? Now, ethics paper is a lot about examples. I, as an examiner, may not really be convinced about what you are saying until unless you actually say that, see, this person also did the same, or this is how they showed compassion, or this is how they showed objectivity, or this is how they showed dedication to public service, or whatever. अगर आप एग्जाम्पल्स ढूंढ सकते हैं और एग्जाम्पल्स लिख सकते हैं तो वही ट्रूली गेम चेंजर है एथिक्स के पेपर में. Try to find your own examples, and you can find them very easily through various sources. What are those sources? Let's quickly discuss about that as well. Padma Award citations. Every year, when Padma Award is given by Government of India to numerous citizens in the country, it is accompanied along with a citation, which includes details on why this particular person is being given this award. Now, you don't need to read all these citations, but maybe just pick up a few examples. And there itself, you will be able to use those names and talk about their stories in your answers. It could be in case studies or it could be in section A as well. And again, what you need to also remember is that when you read these examples, it will not only help you in ethics, but generally as well for preparation for the examination, because some of these examples are extremely, extremely inspiring. And even if you don't make it to services, which I personally feel should not necessarily be the only goal that you should have in life, you would still be inspired to do something good for the society and for the nation and for the community and for people around you, because there are some really inspiring stories of people doing selfless work, people doing extremely generous work among the community and for the betterment of the society and nation. So that way also it will help in triggering you to get more inspiration in your life, if at all there is any lacking of that. Then PM Award for Excellence in Public Administration. As you people would know, every year on the occasion of National Civil Services Day, the Government of India awards some of these civil servants with this award called as Prime Minister's Award for Excellence in Public Administration. Earlier, this award used to be given to individual civil servants, but now they are not given to an individual civil servant, because work that is done in any district or any department of government is not effort of one person alone anyway. It is always teamwork. So therefore, it's important to recognize team rather than to recognize individuals. Now the government has changed the approach. They give award to districts or they give award to departments for excellence in public administration. But there also you will find some really interesting examples that you can quote in your answers. And again, same way, it would serve as an inspiration for you when you get into service, or even if you don't get into service, some of these stories will stay with you for lifelong. So you can use those also as a source for getting some of the examples that you can quote in your answers. Then what else? Indian Express Governance Awards. So Indian Express has also started this entire activity since the last few years, where they give awards for excellence in governance, and you can find some examples and some interesting stories there as well, which you can quote in your answers. So do refer this as well. Then apart from that, you will find a few websites as well. I'm sure that many of you have already heard of the website named Better India. They always keep coming out with positive stories of work done by people in different areas, not just limited to government, to bring about a change in the society. So वहां पे भी आपको कुछ बहुत interesting और बहुत ही inspiring examples मिल सकते हैं, which you can quote in your answers. There is another initiative that has been started by former HRD secretary, Mr. Anil Swarup, who is a retired IAS officer, called as the Nexus of Good. And if you go on the website of Nexus of Good, they have a monthly newsletter, and not only that, but they have a blog also that they maintain, where they keep publishing stories of great work that has been done by some of the civil servants as well as by various civil society organizations in different areas of the society. So वहां पे भी आपको कुछ बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग एग्जांपल्स मिल सकते हैं. एंड डू रिमेंबर, एथिक्स के ये जो आप एग्जांपल्स हैं, they are not just limited to ethics. You can always use them in essay. You can possibly even use them at some times in society. at times even in governance and portions related to polity as well. So वहां पर भी उसकी एप्लीकेबिलिटी है. अच्छी बात क्या है कि एक चीज से आप मल्टीपल जगह पे लिख सकते हैं. अगर मेरे को एक एग्जाम्पल पता है ऑफ लेट्स से अ वुमन पंचायत लीडर हु हैज डन ट्रेमेंडस वर्क इन हर विलेज, I can use that in ethics. I can use that in paper 1 in society. I can use that in paper 2 in polity and governance. And I can use that in essay, and possibly, if my optional allows, if it is related to any of these things, I may use it in optional as well. If I have PSI or optional, law optional, public administration optional, society optional, मैं वहां पे भी इसको यूज कर सकता हूं. बट आप उसको कैसे यूज करेंगे वो आपके ऊपर है. Therefore, my suggestion to you will be, ideally, you people should have a short, small, separate notebook. एक छोटी सी अपनी खुद की एक नोटबुक होनी चाहिए, छोटी सी, जिसमें मैं अपने एग्जाम्पल्स या कोई चीजें लिख सकूं, कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट स्टैटिस्टिक्स लिख सकूं. Ideally, it should be segregated topic wise, right? Or if not topic wise, at least paper wise, right? So you can find notebooks like these, right? A6 size की आपको notebooks मिल जाएंगी. See, if you find me moving around, you will always find me with either some or the other notebook and a pen. Reason for that is whatever meetings that I attend, whatever work that I do, whether it is at Vision or whether it is outside, I always make it a point to take notes, and my thinking also happens on paper, because when you write, it helps you to think in a much better manner than as you just sit and think. At times you have to do that also, but best of the ideas are always and always generated on paper, right? तो आप अगर कहीं पे लिख लेंगे तो याद भी आपको ज्यादा लंबे समय रहेगा, और एक आपके पास रिपोजिटरी होगी कुछ एग्जाम्पल्स की, कुछ स्टैटिस्टिक्स की, which you can always refer to whenever you are doing answer writing practice, whenever you are thinking about enriching your notes and so on and so forth. I'll give you a very simple example. जैसे कि one day you can sit down, take just 1 hour, and interestingly, मेरे को लगता है अब तो 1 घंटा भी जरूरत नहीं है. हम लोगों के समय में मैं ये सब चीजें बोलता था आज से 5 साल पहले कि आपको 1 घंटा या 1 दिन लगाना चाहिए सब के ऊपर. नाउ यू हैव AI, you have Gemini, you have Perplexity, you have Chat GPT, you have this, that, so many things are there. कोई भी एक टूल यूज कीजिएगा, बस इंश्योर कीजिएगा कि वो अपने से हेलुसिनेट करके आपको कोई स्टैटिस्टिक्स नहीं दे रहा हो. चैट जीपीटी की ये बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है कि वो आपको कोई भी इंफॉर्मेशन दे देता है बड़ी कॉन्फिडेंटली, जो कि गलत होगी. फिर आप उसको नज करेंगे तो वो बोलेगा हाँ आई एम सॉरी दैट आई मेड अ मिस्टेक, दिस इज नॉट ट्रू. सो मेक श्योर that you prod him at least 2 or 3 times to ask him, are you sure that statistic that you are giving or information that you are giving me is correct or not. But आपको बस इतना करना है. What you can do is one day you can sit down and you can say that, okay, I need some 5 or 10 important key statistics related to health in India. You give the example to the AI and you say that I need, for example, what is the patient to bed ratio in this country, what is the doctor to patient ratio, doctor to population ratio, how much percentage of the GDP is spent on health, public health, private health, what is the out of pocket expenditure in India, what is the percentage of the non-communicable disease load in India, what is the percentage of people, those who are suffering from TB as a percentage of population. Give me a comparison with other developing countries, Mexico, Brazil, China, Thailand, Vietnam, whatever, Nigeria, ऐसी जो भी comparable demographies के जो कंट्रीज हैं उनके साथ मेरे को एक कोई नंबर मिल गया. डू दैट काइंड ऑफ एनालिसिस. वो आपको झट से 2 मिनट के अंदर ये सारा एनालिसिस या नंबर्स दे देगा. जस्ट मेक श्योर दैट ऑल ऑफ दैट इंफॉर्मेशन इज ऑथेंटिक. नोट डाउन सम ऑफ दिस इंफॉर्मेशन, कीप इट विद यू इन दैट काइंड ऑफ अ नोटबुक. डू इट फॉर एजुकेशन, डू इट फॉर लॉ एंड ऑर्डर, डू इट फॉर डिफरेंट टॉपिक्स दैट आर सपोज टू बी अ पार्ट ऑफ योर सिलेबस. एक बार आपके पास ये रिपोजिटरी है, जो मेरे हिसाब से इंफॉर्मेशन आप कितनी भी इकट्ठी कर लें वो तो कम है, बट even if for every topic you collect 5 to 8 data points as well, अगर आपके पास वो एक रेडी इंफॉर्मेशन है, एंड इफ यू रेफर इट डेली बेसिस, आप रोज उसको देखें, रात को सोने से पहले 10 मिनट 5 मिनट I just gave to reading those things that I have written in my notebook. What will happen is that it will become second nature to you. The way it happens that if I ask you that how many people in India are dependent on agriculture as an source of income or occupation, you will say that roughly 50 to 60% of the population. Why is this statistic known to you? Because you have read it so many times. If you have read a particular statistic that is written in your own notes 100 times or 200 times, it will become second nature to you. And then you can easily throw it around in all the 7 papers of UPSC. And interesting thing is, जो आदमी आपका पेपर 2 चेक कर रहा है वो आपका पेपर 3 चेक नहीं कर रहा है. In fact, I can tell you one more thing. In UPSC, within the paper also there is segregation. जो आदमी इकोनॉमी का टॉपिक के क्वेश्चन चेक कर रहा है वो आदमी सिक्योरिटी के क्वेश्चन चेक नहीं कर रहा है, कोई और आदमी चेक कर रहा है. The person who's checking environment questions is not the same person who's checking economy questions. So you can use within the paper as well different statistics and different answers, and that will really leave a lasting impression on the examiner. That is how toppers are doing well in this exam. You have to learn that. और वो एक दिन की एक्सरसाइज नहीं है, इट विल टेक सम टाइम. दैट्स व्हाई आई एम सेइंग कि एक स्टैटिस्टिक का आपका कलेक्शन होना चाहिए, कुछ एग्जाम्पल्स का कलेक्शन होना चाहिए, कुछ गवर्नमेंट स्कीम्स का कलेक्शन होना चाहिए. दैट आई रेफर टू ऑन अ डेली बेसिस. एंड सेकेंडली, व्हेन यू डू आंसर राइटिंग प्रैक्टिस, जब घर पे आंसर राइटिंग प्रैक्टिस करें तो आप वो नोटबुक खोल के बैठ जाइए साथ में. जब आंसर राइटिंग प्रैक्टिस करें तो आप देखिए कि क्या ऐसे स्टैटिस्टिक है जो मैं अपने आंसर में इस समय आई कैन इंक्लूड. दैट विल गिव यू सेकेंड प्रैक्टिस. And then when you finally write the test series, you can use those statistics, and फिर exam के अंदर you will anyway be able to use them. That's how your preparation has to be, in a scientific manner, in a smart manner, right? I don't need to collect some 5,000 statistics that I have to throw at the examiner. केवल कुछ 50-60 नंबर भी मेरे पास अगर हों, कुछ 10-20 स्कीम्स के नाम हों, कुछ 10-20 ऑफिसर्स के नाम हो, कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट एग्जाम्पल्स के नाम हो, that is more than enough, believe me, for you to do that little bit that is required for taking your score from, let's say, 90 to 110 or from 100 to 120. बस उतना ही एफर्ट चाहिए. और अगर आप इसको डेली बेसिस के ऊपर एफर्ट बनाएंगे, इट विल सीम मच लेसर. अगर आप इसको एक बारी में करने की कोशिश करेंगे, then it will of course seem like a very Herculean task. So remember that as well. Then what else? Niti Aayog reports, that is also one source that you can refer if you want to. Newspapers, of course, Indian Express and Hindu, whichever newspaper you are reading, you will find numerous examples in them also on a daily basis of some officer doing some good work, some officer doing some pathetic work. That can also be an example of how you can show that how lack of ethics in governance can lead to something like that.